My people, a lot is really going on in the political zone. Another video I finally showcased in the early hour of today. Come and see what is happening to the only judge that did not take the bribe of Tinubu in the tribunal. You know, a woman judge cried out. He said he did not want the bribe of Tinubu and all of that. You know, he said he did not want any bribe from Tinubu's team, that she is contented with what God gave to her and her family. And the other judges collected the bribe. So this woman cried out. Now, something is happening at the moment to the woman. Out of the 5 judges in the tribunal that day that they were making their ruling in the tribunal, you know, she was the only one among the 5 judges that stood for Peter Obi in the court. Now, this is happening to her today. I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share it, let it go viral. And if you can share it, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. I'll be stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now. It makes sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across the channel for the very first time, ensure you click the resolution button appearing on your video screen and do well to click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in 2 hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. And a big thanks to all our returning subscribers. You know, our work here is to be giving you back-to-back updates about what have been happening in the political zone. That is what we'll be doing on this channel now. Something tragic is happening at the moment. You know, it was some days ago that the tribunal made their ruling, you know, when they conducted the election. Due to the shenanigans that happened in the election, Obi went to court and he took INEC, Tinubu, Shetima and APC as a whole. He took them to court and he provided a lot of evidences. The court demanded for 50 evidences and Obi provided all the 50 evidences. So for him to tender the 50 evidences, Tinubu and INEC lawyers slowed down the occasion for him in the tribunal. So he was able to provide 13 evidences out of the 15 and the court accepted the 13 evidences. And that is not where I'm going to, you know, I'm just giving you the little recap regarding what happened before so that you can understand this thing very well. What is happening to this woman at the moment? Remember, the moment INEC announced Tinubu as a president-elect, then a lot of obedience wanted to put this straight. They said they wanted to go and burn down INEC office. They said they wanted to go and lock up INEC office, that they don't want INEC in Nigeria again, that INEC have failed Nigerians woefully. That was the development then. And why did they come up with this idea? Because INEC demanded for 200 and something billion naira. This is my money and your money. Nigerian stars. He collected it from Nigerian government and even European Union and some other international communities. They gave INEC big money, billions of naira, to conduct a free and fair election. I mean a credible and transparent election, which INEC chairman Mamo Yakubu promised to give to Nigerians. But at the end of the day, after going to different television stations promising that it's going to make the election to be transparent and all of that so that there won't be manipulations and all of that, INEC still compromised. They said they had glitch in course of the election. So that is what got every obedient angry. And when Obi gave them the confidence that they should not go to street, that they should focus on the judiciary, that he believes in the judiciary because the judiciary worked for him as the former governor of Anambra State back then when they impeached him. The judiciary worked on his favor. So that is why he came more obedient down and he put to court. Now the court finally made their ruling, and before the court made their ruling, we have 5 judges to sit for the ruling and all of that. Obi said that the judgment to be transmitted for everyone in Nigeria and outside Nigeria to see what is happening in the court. But the tribunal judges declined the fact. They said no, that they want it to be indoor and they want to maintain a total privacy in course of the ruling. You know, at the end of the day, for the eyewitness in court to come out, they said the ruling was rubbish. It was total rubbish because few days to the time that the tribunal made their ruling, this woman now we're talking about here, this Judge Amina came out. This judge came out and she cried out. She said they are bringing bribes to her table, that she's not interested in any bribe that APC people are bringing, that she's contented with what she have and what God has given to her family. So that was the only woman that cried out among the 5 judges. The remaining 4 judges, they are males. They didn't come out. They didn't say anything. That shows that they collected the bribe codedly and all of that. And we see what happened in course of the ruling. They rubbished Obi petition. They said Obi petition is not having a concrete evidence, even with the evidences provided by Peter Obi. They said it's not enough, that the evidences of Peter Obi, they are liquefying, they are watering evidence, that they can't even stand the petition you filed against Tinubu, Shetima, INEC with concrete evidences with what happened. The tribunal judges throw away everything. So that only woman that spoke for Peter Obi in court, you know, one person among 5 people, it will not be easy for that person to win and conquer the 5 people. You know, it's not easy. So this woman followed the constitution even when other judges, they are trying to rewrite the constitution in court. The constitution that is well clear to people, they try to rewrite it and they try to manipulate things in favor of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But this woman stood out, but nothing can happen. They still give the winning to Bola Ahmed Tinubu in court. Now, something tragic is happening to the woman. Stay connected to the end of this video as we hear from the woman with what she exposed and with what she speaks out. Stay connected, Obidient. I'm coming back again.
To the justices who served during the vacation, especially the panel of Presidential Election Petition Court, for their exceptional commitment to diligently administer justice in urgent and timely, time-sensitive appeals in harmony. Given the significance of this election year, the preceding year was marked by significant events, primarily due to its status as an election year. Express indulgence and endurance for me to present some details of our sojourn through the preceding year, acknowledging the challenges faced and outlining our aspirations for the future. As we stand on the threshold of a new era, we shall approach this responsibility with unwavering commitment, boundless enthusiasm, and high expectations. My lords, we started the year with trepidation, conscious of it being an election year with all the attendant challenges. Following the conduct of the primary elections prior to the 2023 general election, the court received a total of 813 appeals arising from the primary elections across 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. These appeals were diligently heard and determined in a timely manner and in compliance with the tenets enshrined in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended and other regulatory rules. Moving forward, we are collaborating with the National Judicial Council to develop a standardized model for the renovation, furnishing, and equipping of justices' accommodation. This approach is aimed at guaranteeing both the quality and amenities of the residency, while also reflecting the esteemed status of our justices. This will reflect a move away from the suffered housing conditions that not only jeopardize the well-being of our justices, but also compromise our safety. Abuja Division is currently overwhelmed by voluminous documents and suffers from lack of adequate storage facilities and office space. I appeal to the Honorable Minister of the FCT to provide a large piece of land for the construction of the Abuja Division or to donate a befitting structure for us. The Court of Appeal takes appeals from all federal and state courts. We also take appeals from court martials and other executive tribunals. It is thus grossly inadequate to have only 2 dedicated court halls besides the 16 court halls of the Federal High Court in Abuja, from which all appeals come to the Court of Appeal. It is totally disproportionate. We are resolute in our determination to secure the necessary support to transform our court infrastructure to reflect the dignity and magnitude of our responsibility. My lords, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to point out that it has been 3 years since we appealed to the federal government for the review of the salaries of judicial officers. Regrettably, no action has been taken. The Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice I prepared my speech before your speech, but we had a similar speech 2 years ago, and we are still talking about it. So we continue to pray to God to help us. We have remained on the same salary for all this year. In spite of this, I humbly urge the appropriate authorities to kindly consider this matter and take urgent measures for its resolution. It is unfortunate that in light of the increases in cost since the last review, justices continue to live almost beggarly lives in service of our dear nation. The effect of this leaves much to be desired. Naturally, this contributes to the stresses and adverse health challenges experienced by the nation's finest judges. During the preceding year, we experienced the unfortunate loss of 2 of our very senior presiding justices in the persons of Honorable Justice A.O. Lokolushojupe, presiding justice of Akure Division, and Honorable Justice R.C. Agbo, PJ, Calabar Division. This was a substantial setback for the court, as both justices tragically passed away while to my lords, our distinguished guests. The relationship between the bar and the bench forms the foundation of our justice system. Like 2 sides of a treasured coin, these 2 essential pillars intricately steer the course of justice administration. Maintaining harmonious relations and mutual respect between us is crucial. As we embark on this new legal year, the synergy between the 2 entities foster a balanced and fair legal process, ensuring that justice is not only served but is also upheld in its truest sense. I wish to commend the Nigerian Bar Association President for the cordial association between the bar and the court. The giant strides taken in the protection of the judiciary is commendable. I think there is need for the NBA President to be empowered to initiate disciplinary action against every learned counsel of all strata, senior, official, and the general bar alike before they go to the body of benchers. We must remain cognizant that the legal profession serves as the bedrock of the nation's social, economic, and political coherence. Thus, I urge the bar to uphold the role of legal custodians, refraining from dubious tactics that hinder progress. It will amount to national sabotage to keep the court registry filled up to the brim with frivolous appeals. The apex court gladly has set the pace, and by Section 287 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which provides that the decisions of the Supreme Court shall be enforced in any part of the Federation by all authorities and persons and by courts with subordinate jurisdiction to that of the Supreme Court. Therefore, we shall not hesitate to follow and apply the actions of the Supreme Court to impose punitive costs on learned counsel who file palpably frivolous appeals by failing to advise their clients on the obvious futility of such appeals. Those unwilling to proceed with appeals which are ripe for hearing are hereby reminded that such appeals shall no longer receive the nodding part of adjournments. I hereby urge the President of the Nigerian Bar Association to address these issues. They are unethical practices that waste the time of the court and resources. Such actions are unbecoming of ministers in the temple of justice. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all those who have played a pivotal role in achieving the remarkable milestones recorded by this court. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Olukayode Ariola, GCON, for his firm support and guidance in shaping a resilient and formidable judiciary. My Lord's quick intervention enabled a smooth take-up of the election tribunals. Thank you, my Lord. I also extend my sincere appreciation to the Chief Judge, let me say to all the Chief Judges and other heads of courts, and particularly the President of the National Industrial Court, who has been housing the Just Division of this court for the past 3 years. I'm also grateful to the Chief Judge of Plateau State and other heads of court in the state for always making themselves available when the exigencies request organizations and government agencies to support the court via collaborative exchange of information, knowledge, and developmental techniques. On this, we appreciate the support of NIGDA and NCC for organizing special ICT training for justices of the court. We also appreciate the collaboration of security agencies that organize workshops to enlighten the justices of the court on their peculiar calling, which definitely informed us and placed us in a better position to appreciate their responsibilities, particularly as it pertains to the maintenance of security, law and order in our nation. As we step into the 2023-24 legal year, I extend my best wishes to my lords, distinguished ladies and learned gentlemen of the bar. Let us continue to uphold the law with diligence, fairness, and dedication. Together, let us forge ahead in pursuit of greater achievements and progress. I will close with the following words. Judges are not merely referees of the law, but also custodians of justice, entrusted with the duty to weigh every case with impartiality, wisdom, and an unwavering commitment to upholding the rights and values enshrined in the law. This remains the demonstrable inspiration of the Court of Appeal under my tenure, and God willing, shall be the association of our court in the year to come.
Mrs. Amina Augie harps on the role and importance of the Supreme Court and its justices, calling for an urgent amendment of the Constitution to strengthen the judiciary.
Implore the National Assembly to undertake the necessary constitutional amendments. By doing so, this court and its justices can be freed from the constraints that impede their ability to fulfill their mandate of upholding the rule of law, justice, and democracy.
The need for an independent judiciary dominated the discussion as members of the law profession suggest ways to improve justice delivery.
While we appreciate the urgency in reviewing the remuneration and judicial officers, which had not been done for more than a decade, as an integral component of our judicial reforms, we are also appreciative of the greater goal of achieving a true independence for the judiciary, which can only be achieved through a comprehensive and sustainable reform process which requires attention to details.
I want to report with due respect that very soon, in a couple of months, actually as a matter of fact, the President has already directed that the working group be established for the consideration and harmonization of these recommendations for the purposes of implementation.
Justice Augie has spent the last 45 years in the nation's judiciary, and the Chief Justice of Nigeria acknowledges her contribution to the nation's justice system.
My Lord Damina believes strongly that a good judge must have the capacity to hear courteously, answer wisely, consider soberly, and decide impartially. That strong belief has had a tenacious foothold in all her judgments, and that is why she can conveniently walk tall among her peers.
Justice Augie's retirement brings the number of Supreme Court justices to 11, 10 short of the constitutionally required 21. This is one area that the judiciary will be hoping can be addressed as soon as possible.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what the woman said. You know, a lot of you might not understand what I'm trying to point your attention to. If you look at that video critically, you will notice that that woman is being retired. That woman retirement program was ongoing, you know, according to information that we got. You know, this is not the time for the woman to retire. The retirement time was just fast forward, and they made this to come ASAP. That is what is going on. You know, for someone to stand beside the truth in Nigeria is a very, very dangerous thing, because a lot of people, the reason why they're perverting justice is not because they are bad or they are not good. It's because of the threat behind it. You know, a particular cabal is already controlling this country, and if you are not from that cabal, it will be hard for you to see justice in Nigeria. That is what is happening to Peter Obi right now. We're not saying that Peter Obi will not see justice. Yeah, Obi have headed to the Supreme Court and aiming that he's going to find justice in the Supreme Court. Though a lot of Obidient came out that Obi should not bother to go to Supreme Court again, that he can't find justice and all of that, because the Nigeria constitution and the Nigeria rule of law, everything is already manipulated, and we are kind of fed up and tired of the old shit. They said since Obi is not in that cabal, because when Tinubu was campaigning back then, he said they have structure, and that structure have a lot of definition. That's just that he has structure in the judiciary aspect of the arm of government, he has structure in the legislative arm of government, and even the executive arm of government, where he is himself. He believes that he has structures around. If they should take him to court, he know how to manipulate the judiciary, and he know how to do everything. That was what Tinubu meant back then with the word that he has structures all around. That Obi did not have structure, but we trust in God for everything. Nobody is above God as far as this country is concerned. If you think you own the country because of the cabal you have, you are not above God. God will surely stand for Obidient, and in Obidient we believe. Now, among the 5 judges in the tribunal that day, it was only this woman that quoted the constitution the way the constitution is, the way it is written. You know, we are not the writer of the constitution, but it is the work of the judges to interpret the constitution in court. It is their duty and obligation to interpret the law for us. But on getting to the court that day, the judges begin to attack the petitioner. And which petitioner are they attacking? They attacked Obi as the major petitioner, and they even attacked Atiku Abubakar of PDP. But that of Obi is very obvious, because they said Obi orchestrated the billboards that Obidient were posting around, all eyes on the judiciary, that billboard is ridiculous and is a bullying to them. So they attacked Obi a lot, and you can see how they threw away the petition of Obi in court. Now, the petition that Obi filed against Shettima, having 2 presidential positions, running for 2 presidential posts at the same time, which is capital letter against the constitution. They justify Shettima. These judges justify Shettima, and likewise INEC chairman Mamo Yakubu, after collecting Nigerian money and not giving account of how he spent the money, and at the end of the day, what he collected the money for, he did not do it. The judges did not hold him responsible for the money, or they didn't tell him to refund the money, but yet they justify Mamo Yakubu, they justify INEC. They said INEC can wish to conduct the election the way they wish, and that thing have empowered INEC for the 2027 election again. You will see the shenanigans that will happen again. What do you guys think? Drop a opinion in the comment section on this video. So I'm going on there to get another for you. Enjoy, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, on Instagram at LAJUPOG, on TikTok at LAJUPOG, and also on Twitter, popularly known as S now, at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, he pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.